Hey, what's going on, everybody?
Hey, welcome back to my Cruella reviews.
Cold, sweetie?
Yeah?
Oh my god.
It's
Not a
cold
lot.
in there.
I rarely run air in the lair. And that rhymes. However, it's pretty humid outside, so yeah, air definitely had to come on and stuff.
Yeah.
Alright, sweetie. So what we got on tap for tonight?
Cruella Liars and Hachi.
Alright.
Okay. We're going to talk about Hachi first.
Going Hachi first. Alright.
Okay, Hachi is about a dog's tail.
Like his actual tail?
No.
That's pretty crazy.
No, it's a tail.
A tail, like T-A-L-E.
Yeah.
Not T-A-I-L. So I would have spelled the other way. I wouldn't want a dog's tail. Remember Vegas movie about his tail? Alright, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. It's based on a true story. This dog named Hachi follows his owner.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Played by Richard Gere.
Yep. To a train station. And he stays there until he gets off the train. And one day, he doesn't come, the owner doesn't come back because he had a heart attack or something.
Man, spoiler alert right there.
Yeah. And Hachi came back every day for the next 10 years. And then he dies.
Yeah.
At the end. So sad.
So sad. I will admit, I ain't gonna lie, I thought this was gonna be horrible. Well, you look at the cover, it looks like a typical, like, Hallmark Channel fucking fluff movie, right? So I was just like, I don't want to see this shit. She bought it, and I was like, alright, let's check it out. So, you watched it last week sometime, or,
Yeah.
Yeah, you watched it, during the week. We both watched it last night. And, and also, it is fluff. I mean, it's very light, it's a basic story. It's weird because, like, they had the director of, like, the Cider House Rules. Dude's like a Oscar-nominated dude. But, no. You know what? I mean, it is, I'm an animal lover. I like dogs. I love dogs. So, that kind of, that's always a plus for me. It's not really, like, you don't, like, start off very, like, because already she watched it, so the first time she says, like, it's sad. So I already know, like, it's going to be, we're going to have some trouble ahead. However, even like when the dude has his heart attack and dies, that's not so sad. It's sad like the dog keeps going back to the same spot. It reminded me there's an episode of Futurama, which Fry had his dog. And if you guys know what I'm talking about, I haven't looked at the whole episode of Futurama, but it's very similar to that. And I just remember thinking, like, I was watching that cartoon, like, I love Futurama, thinking, like, God damn, that's really sad. Like, this is a depressing episode. This was a depressing movie. I'm not gonna lie, like, you'd have to really be, like, very cold-hearted, not to at least get some emotion out of this. Like, I mean, I'm not saying you have to cry. I didn't cry. I got a tiny lump in my throat whenever the dog, like, at the end, when the mom comes back and she sits next to him, like, after, like, 10 years of waiting, and she still sees that the dog's still waiting for Richard Gere to come off that train. And they do a thing where they flash back, like, the dog's flashing back and remembering all the good times with the dog, or with Richard Gere, and you're like, Jesus Christ, like, they're trying, like, they're digging at you, trying to make you, but it works, I'm not gonna lie. And you know what, honestly, it was actually a pretty good movie. Not my favorite animal movie of all time, but it was good. I enjoyed it. It had Jason Alexander, and it had the dude that was in The Mummy. He was like the librarian dude from the Brendan Fraser remake. So, but yeah, I recommend it. It is based on a true story, which I thought that was kind of interesting.
In Japan.
Yeah, it took place in Japan, the real story.
And they now have a statue.
Yeah,
Hachi.
Hachi.
In Tokyo.
There it is. Anything to add to Hachi, sweetie?
Top 3 Richard Gere movies.
Jesus Christ, top 3. I don't watch Richard Gere movies. What are your top 3 Richard Gere movies?
Okay. Hachi, Red Corner, and Runaway Bride.
I've only seen one of those. Hachi. I guess if we're doing top 3, number 1's obviously... I'm going to work number 1. I normally do 3 back. I'm going to do 1 on that. I guess I'll go... well, everybody knows, who watches my show knows I loved Mothman Prophecies. So that's number 1. Two's Hachi. And I'm going to cheat with the third one like I did last week on Sandra Bullock's. He did a guest spot on The Simpsons. I'm going to take that as my number 3, Richard. I don't watch Richard Gere movies. You know what? I was afraid when I watch this movie he's going to shove the dog up his ass. I ain't going to lie. Like, we all know the rumors. Richard Gere had gerbil on his ass. Whether it's true or not, I don't know. But the whole time I was like, buddy, stay away from that puppy. Because when you meet Hachi for the first time, he's a cute little puppy. So I was like, stay away from the puppy. So, don't shove up your ass. Alright, sweet. So, now you're going to talk about Pretty Little Liars?
Yeah.
I guess I need to go, huh?
Yeah.
I'm getting booed off. I'll be right back.
Okay. Last week's episode of Pretty Little Liars, Mona gets choked by A in her car. Emily, Aria, Hannah almost gets run over by A. Emily gets a big bruise on her back. And then Emily gets injured at a swim meet. Toby moves the RV for A, and then A takes Mona's car. Emily, Aria, Spencer thinks Hannah's mom has something to do with Wilden's murder, and Hannah takes a bird from Allison's house, and then A steals the bird. Okay.
We done with the,
Yeah.
It's a long walk across the lair right there. I get out of earshot. Oh, I'm back.
Yeah.
Yay. So, sweetie, got anything else for us this week?
Nope.
Nothing else? Alright, well, thank you for having me on your show, sweetie. I appreciate it. Anything else to add?
Until next time, America.
Boom. We're out.
Video response.
Video response.